Now, this was about the Strait of Hormuz. Let's also quickly get you what has been happening as far as the war front, the battlefield is concerned. A new wave of strikes has unfolded between America and Iran. Both, remember, have accused each other of violating the Memorandum of Understanding, raising the question, what will it take for the two countries to find a common place in the peace negotiations? The answer, it seems, lies in one narrow maritime passage. That's the Strait of Hormuz. Before his latest announcement on controlling the Hormuz, the US president had told Fox News in an interview that Washington should be reimbursed by other countries for guarding the Strait of Hormuz. In fact, we just told you of Trump's latest announcement of that 20% fee, that particular reimbursement that he's now demanding from other countries who will have their cargo ships move and transit through the Strait of Hormuz. Trump has also blamed Iran for breaking the deal, for which he threatened renewed strikes. Listen into what he said.
What nobody knows, we had a deal. It was a done deal. And then they broke it. They always break it. We've had 10 deals with these people. And so we're just going to hit them very hard. And we're going to keep the strait, and we'll probably run it. We'll become the guardian of the strait. Maybe we'll call it the guardian angel of the strait. And we should be reimbursed for that. You know, we guarded the strait for 50 years more, and we never got paid for it. They made all the money in the United States.
Iran's military, meanwhile, has issued a fresh warning to the United States against its intervention in Hormuz. Iranian armed forces have threatened retaliation to anyone who allies with the U.S., threatening that disruption in the maritime passage could engulf all other countries of the region. The United States had launched attacks on the Iranian island of Qeshm and other areas of the country, including Bandar Abbas and Abadan. 2 people have been killed in these latest American strikes. Iran's Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps, or the IRGC, on its part, retaliated by targeting Bahrain, Oman and Kuwait. Iran also fired warning shots at 2 ships transiting via the Strait of Hormuz, effectively signaling the country's control of the maritime passage. Iran has been, remember, in talks for a joint control mechanism with Oman, but the country accuses the U.S. of being a hindrance in this process. In the past few days, traffic through the maritime passage has declined as uncertainty surrounds the safe transit all over again. Many Iranians expect the latest escalation means that the war will start again, and control over the Strait of Hormuz will be an important factor for both the countries.
The war will definitely start again. This time, I don't think they'll dare enter the cities because they didn't expect Iran to be this resilient. They thought we are like Afghanistan or Libya. It may not reach the cities, but it will start again in the Strait of Hormuz. And contrary to what they expected, we won't lose control of the strait this time.
I think the tension will continue until the United States deploys ground forces, captures Karg Island, and achieves the objectives it wants. If it can also seize and reopen the strait, I think it will leave it at that.
All right, let me welcome my guests on Race to Power tonight. Dr. Farjid Bargian is a political analyst at West Asia Studies Center. He's joining us live on the broadcast from Tehran. Good evening. Welcome, sir, to WION. Can I start by asking you, Dr. Farjid, what you make of this latest claim by the U.S. president? He says that United States is the one who's controlling the Strait of Hormuz. And now, of course, he's also demanding 20% reimbursement from countries that use the strait for shipment. What are you hearing on the Iranian side? What do you make of it?
Thank you very much for your invitation. First of all, I want to explain a little about the ceasefire between Iran and United States. Ceasefire is a part of war, not part of peace. It means that there is no peace between Iran and the United States. Second, the peace is over. The ceasefire is over, as Mr. Trump said two days before. It means that the war is on and is continuing. But the main problem is the sovereignty and dominance on Hormuz Strait, on Oman Sea, and the Gulf. 3 parts is struggling in this era. 1, the Arab League. 2nd, Iran, third, United States. United States is trying to dominate all the supply chain of the Hormuz Strait, Gulf, and so on. Why? Because the Trump's enemy is China, is not Iran. They are trying to stop and to put a huge stopping to the supply chain, to the energy line, to the China, and make China, because China's hegemony, economic hegemony, is bigger than the United States. Remember the Mar-a-Lago doctrine, that they are struggling with the $37 trillion debt, and this debt, and Mr. Trump is the biggest debt, the president of the more debt holder of country in the world. So this struggle is not finishing right now. The Strait of Hormuz is the Iran maritime jurisdiction. Iran is not accepting the 1982 high sea, or better say, a sea law. And Iran is not accepted before, and right now Iran is in a war era, not peace era, not peace epoch. This time, Iran has the jurisdiction to close the Strait of Hormuz. United States, believe me, United States is not content with the open Strait of Hormuz. Believe me, because the closed Strait of Hormuz can control all the supply chain of China in the region. Okay, I'm with you.
So Dr. Farshid, how do you see this moving forward? Because you say it's all about the U.S. versus China in this, and the Hormuz remains, of course, a big, crucial strategic waterway vis-a-vis U.S.-Iran and vis-a-vis U.S.-China. In the next few days, what do you expect to happen? Because this escalation has gotten deeper. The Hormuz, once again, is the biggest choke point. Donald Trump has just said that he's going to be, charging a 20% reimbursement from countries. And therefore, which side is benefiting more from this, and how do you see this moving forward?
I agree with you. You're right, because this is escalation. But this escalation, because the United States 2 days before refused that the aggression was made by the United States. Mr. Trump said itself, an aggression done by the Bahrain and Kuwait. What does it mean? It means that this time the war will be more lasted. And somebody, it's better to say somebody or some group, governmental or not governmental, is trying to devastate the war and the war fire to all the spread it over all the region. That is mean. Iran is not only the supplier of oil to China. Saudi Arabia is the bigger than Iran and the biggest in the region. Look at the Sana'a airport is bombed by the Saudi Arabia. Look at the Bab el-Mandab Strait again. This is not only the Strait of Hormuz war. I'm telling you, the elitism of the United States. One part of that is the consist of the supplier of the infrastructure, like petroleum pipelines, like airport, like any kind of the factories. Look at the region. Look at the Persian Gulf, Arab League countries. Some part of this infrastructure are destroyed by Iran, and America is content with that, because the American suppliers and brokers, American infrastructure dealers, would deal more than 10 years, believe me, 10 years with the Arab leagues, and they are trying to make money from that. At this time, America is making money in the region, and Iran, okay.
Okay. No, I was just saying, Dr. Farshid, that these are interesting points that you make, that, America is just doing it for the sake of minting money, and that its real war is against China. But of course, for the paucity of time, I'll have to leave it there. Thank you very much for joining us at the moment and explaining to us what this really means. This has been a crucial choke point as far as this war is concerned, and we'll have to see how this moves forward. Thank you very much, Dr. Farshid.
Thank you very much. Okay. Thank you.